Hi, I'm Tim Schrock from Design Build Solutions, and on today's Tech Tip Tuesday video, I want to talk to you about these little X's that I've got on the screen right here. They're called points. Let's get started. So these points right here are not actual objects that you can really select or move. You can insert them and you can delete them, but it's really a phantom point, and oftentimes I look at it like a laser line. You can manually add them by going to your CAD menu, Points, Place Point. So if I place a point, I can drop it arbitrarily, I can drop it in the middle of something, I can snap to the end, etc. But you'll notice as I zoom in on this, the ones that I've previously placed are a light gray, according to my color setup, and this recent one is a dark gray. So if I click on another one right there, that dark gray one here becomes light gray, and the new one becomes dark gray. So the dark gray, this color right here, whatever, again, your color setup is the most current one. And that's important to know when you are rotating something. Let's say I want to rotate, I'm going to use, this is on my toolbar, I can resize or rotate about a current point. If I click on, now it just switched on me, this is the now current point, this dark gray one. I'm going to add this one back here again and right click on the roof plane, so this remained the current point. So if I click into rotate about the current point mode and drag my triangle handle, it will rotate about that point right there. That is the current point. I can also transform replicate, and let's say I wanted to, let's do this, something like this, and I want to create an array, a circular array, so to speak. I could put my point at the end, or I could put it wherever I wanted, really. Let's put it down here. I'm going to select that line, and I'm going to copy 7 times, and I'm not going to move it. I'm going to rotate it 22.5 degrees about the current point. Again, this dark gray one is the current point. Click like that, and there's 7 times in a 22 degrees. Now remember, 22 degrees in the positive direction is in a counterclockwise fashion. Let's delete those, and let's do that again. And let's copy 7 times in a negative, let's copy 8 times, or 9 times in a negative 22.5 degrees, once again about current point. And there's that. So you can see the center of that is what we're rotating about. Alright, so I'm going to delete these lines, but you'll notice I couldn't delete the points. Now you can, on my toolbar I've got this points right here. Once again, you can go to CAD, Points, Delete Temporary Points. The other thing I like for these temporary points, I should point out that you can manually input a point according to its XY coordinates. I don't think I have ever used that. You can do it. Alright. You can put a point marker. This is a different place point. That's a temporary point. This point marker is an actual object, a CAD, it's not CAD, it's some sort of object that you can select, you can move, and you can dimension to it, as you see with that temporary dimension. Alright. So let's go to what I use, what I call the laser tools, particularly on the points with my roof tools. So if I were to go to my perspective, and you'll see that this roof here is not connected to this roof here. Okay, I want to see where this ridge meets this plane and where this fascia top meets this plane out here. I can do that with my temporary points. Back in elevation, I'm going to select the receiving, if you will, the receiving roof plane first, and then I'm going to click on the intersecting plane. Remember, this is the big plane, and this ridge is going to intersect it somewhere around here. In the 3D world, I don't know exactly where. I could join roof planes if that works, but for sake of this video, that's cheating. Anyway, it may not always work, and it may not be what you want in your situation. So I've selected the receiving plane, the plane that will be intersected, and then I'm going to click on the line that will be doing the intersecting. And there, in the 3D world, is where the two will meet. Chief Architect has figured out the elevations of things, the pitches of things, and that, in plan view, is where that will meet. So I'm going to, for my roof plane, simplify this polyline, and I'm going to drag that roof out to snap to that point. Now, because both are 12-12, I know this is at a 45, but in case your pitches aren't the same pitch, you can do the same with this fascia line. Once again, select the receiving roof plane, and click on the intersecting line, which is this fascia line. And I can drag that to here. On this side, notice I have an intersecting point show up here because I had this roof plane selected, and I clicked on the intersecting plane. So the intersecting line. This valley intersects this roof plane right there. I already knew that. But I'm going to, because my ridge is the same height for this plane as this plane, and I know it's at a 45, I can just drag this valley out to snap to that endpoint. Once again, go to my toolbar or go to CAD, Points, Delete Temporary Points, and it's cleaned up. Now those temporary points never go to a layout when you are sending to layout. So it only shows up in plan view in the model. That is temporary points. I hope you've learned something today. If you've enjoyed this information and learned something from these videos, would you click that like button down there and always hit the subscribe and notification bell as well. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful week.